Satnam, I'm Nirva Singh Khalsa, and here we are in the month of September, and we have a wonderful meditative kriya. It's actually an affirmation that you can find in the Library of Teachings, August 2nd, 2000. And this relates to developing your self-sensory system. The idea is that you can use all your senses to uh, locate that true sense of self, that higher sense of self, the soul self that was with you from many lifetimes and is in this lifetime, and provide an orientation for you so you can stay balanced in this wonderful world that we live in now that is being pulled apart by the polarities as we transit from the Piscean age to the Aquarian age. This meditation is, and I'll break it down for you, it's an affirmation. And the affirmation is, me within me is the purity. Me within me is the reality. Me within me is the grace. I'm the master of the space. It's an interesting, fantastic juxtaposition of words. And I love it because it actually helps me to, with my own self-understanding, in affirming parts of myself, and also for me in self-understanding to understand what I react to when I'm saying these things that I'm relating to. And so I'll just break it down. Okay, me within me. All right, that's the whole concept of, and the foundation of Kundalini Yoga, is that your experience from within you is actually what's important. And this is the difference between the ages as well. The belief systems of the Piscean age, the experts, the spiritual teachers, the politicians, have given you systems that have told you how to be, how you should be. And so it served us very well for centuries. But on the other hand, what it does is it automatically brings a conflict within you, because that may not be what is real for you. And especially when things are changing in terms of relationships, the way we look at gender, the way we look at our place in the world, the way we look at equality, the way we look at the things that matter and we value, it has to be real within us. And from the yogic point of view and from Kundalini Yoga, this all, even your prayers get generated from within, from a genuine experience with you. And that creates what's outside of you in terms of what you believe. In other words, your experience creates what you believe, instead of having your beliefs trying to fit in with the experiences, with experience that may not be yours, actually. So me within me, and that's part of every one of these phrases. Me within me is the purity. Right now, within you, the concept is that your soul is perpetual. It can't be stained. It's Niranjan. It's part of this oversoul of this Atma, and that higher part of yourself and that soul. And so that's what me within me is the purity. You're relating to the higher self and soul. You may have a reaction, I'm pure, I'm impure, I don't know what that means, but if you can relate to your soul and your higher self, when you say that part of the affirmation, that's will bring you the best results. Me within me is the reality. We want reality. We don't want fantasy. The world is actually pushing you towards fantasy to actually get yourself distracted through everything that's outside of you, that stimulates you from the outside in instead of the inside out. But what we want is the reality is that of you, of being a spiritual being having a human experience. And do that, you have to relate to on a consistent basis and to relate to your senses around you to bring yourself into that sense of self and that sense of true self. And so, me within me in reality, it's all within you. Me within me is the grace. The concept of grace, I think, is super interesting in that you have the ability to actually bestow grace on other people because it's outside of them. To me, the benchmark is, can you be kind and compassionate to yourself and to others, right? And can you uplift yourself, and can you uplift others? And so that's this idea, and but partly grace is that not everything comes by your individual effort, right? You've got the angels, you've got your higher self that's watching out for you. You have, this constant motion of improvement, refinement, and awareness that's building within you, that provides for you and gives you this sense with grace. But it's generated from within. Me within me is the grace. And then I'm the master of the space, right? I love that expression, because the idea is that you're mostly space, right? And that is, even though you may be solid matter, you're mostly space. And there's mostly space around us. We're surrounded by the spheres, and there's mostly emptiness around us. And so we want to strike that balance between what's full and what's empty, what's solid and what's not solid, what's very still and silence, the idea of shunya, and what's also full and active and engaged. And so the idea of the master of the space is, when you have mastery of space, then you can move time, right? They work with each other. And so I'm the master of the space means basically you're the master of yourself and your own environment. And it's generated from this constant reaffirmation that it's being generated from within you, from the heart. Right, so of course we're going to start with the tune-in mantra, Om Namo Gurudev Namo. And I'm going to give you, this is actually kind of sung chanted in a monotone. This is the way I found to do it the best. It can actually be spoken as well, if you want to do it that way. But tune-in mantra, Om Namo Gurudev Namo 3 times. And then you're going to do this for 11 minutes. We'll do this together for 11 minutes in September. And right at the end, what you're going to do is you're really going to squeeze the whole body 2 times with the breath held in, and then take a few deep inhales and exhale, and then just sit in silence and shunya for a while, and then stretch and move. It really has an amazing, fantastic, elevating effect. All right, so the mudra is this. It's Venus lock, and so the thumbs aren't crossed like this. They're on the Venus mounds. And you're going to hold this comfortably in front of the heart center. Neck is in neck lock. Eyes are closed, focused at the brow point. This is how it sounds. Me within me is the purity. Me within me is the reality. Me within me is the grace. I'm the master of the space. Me within me is the purity. Me within me is the reality. Me within me is the grace. I'm the master of the space. Me within me is the purity. Me within me is the reality. Me within me is the grace. I'm the master of the space. Me within me is the purity. Me within me is the reality. Me within me is the grace. I'm the master of the space. Me within me is the purity. Me within me is the reality. Me within me is the grace. I'm the master of the space. And then right at the end, you inhale and squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. You do that 2 times, and then take a few deep inhales and exhales, and then sit in silence. Beautiful affirmation, wonderful effect for this, to really bring yourself into center in this wonderful, amazing world of the time of the virus and the time of these strong polarities in our world. So, thanks for doing this with me, Satnam.